Hey guys, we're here with the next Troy Aikman. Throw that ball, Troy.
How about your beautiful eyes?
Throw that ball, Troy. I'm open. I'm open.
Throw it. Throw it.
Oh, it's a fake. Quarterback sneak. Are you okay? Don't get a concussion, little mister. Oh, you want to be a running back. Run with it. Oh, you want to be a drooling back. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Papa Tom. I'm a part of Iching's life. Thanks for hitting the subscribe button if you have. If you haven't, please do and follow me. I'm going to give you some really good stuff to talk about, I think. Anyways, I'm a dad of 3, married to a beautiful Filipina. I like to share my dad-isms here, dad stuff. And taking you along on my journey to help learn Visayan one word at a time. Yeah, I know there's apps out there and there's lessons I could take. I just don't have a lot of time. And I think a lot of you don't have a lot of time. And that's why just one word a day, you know, it's not going to get you there overnight, but it'll help you on your journey. And it shows people that you're trying. You're like, oh, I learned one word today. Guess what I learned? And that'll impress somebody. It impresses me that I do it. It impresses me that you do it. So here we go, guys. Today's word of the day the word is mermaid. That's in English. In Visayan, that's sirena. Like siren, I think is the Spanish version, but in Visayan, it's sirena, S-I-R-E-N-A. So a mermaid is sirena. I don't know if you believe in mermaids. I kind of do, okay? Where else did the mythology of a mermaid come from? Somebody had to see one at one point. So I think they're out there somewhere. I don't know where, I mean, I'm sure they're good at hiding from us land dwellers, but I'm not scared of mermaids. Anyways, here's a good joke you can use to practice your word along with me, Papa Tom. What kind of money do Sirenas use? What kind of money do they use? They've got to buy stuff, right? They've got to buy seaweed and fish. What kind of money do they use? Sand dollars! Sand dollars, right? You see them wash up? That probably fell out of a mermaid's purse, right? And it washed up on the beach and you got it. So congratulations on your mermaid money or your sirena money. Whew, that's awesome, guys. So... oh, I want to give my boys, this one's for my boys, all right? So here's a little bit of advice for my boys. And I didn't live with this. I wish I would have known this when I was younger. But it's okay, I learned it, and it worked for me now. And I'm going to tell you what my advice for my kids is. All right, so boys, William, Wesley, let me tell you something. As you grow up and you start to notice girls, in that teenage-ish year time, there's dances at school and you're like, wow, I got to ask a girl out, this and that. So that's hard for kids, right? I was a really shy kid when it came to girls. I was scared to talk to them. I didn't really know what to say. But here's my advice for you, okay? Because they're just people just like you're people, okay? Never, 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 never be afraid to ask out the best looking girl in the room. Okay? Don't be afraid to ask out the best looking girl in the room. If you like her, walk up to her and say hi. She's a person, maybe looking for someone nice in her life too. Don't be afraid. I was always afraid. Like, I remember who I always thought were the best looking girls. I'm like, oh, they would never go out with me. Look at me. But as I got older, you look at your mom, for example. Look at Mama Iching. That girl's way out of my league. Beautiful, incredibly hot. I mean, I wasn't afraid to talk to her, and that's how it started. I sent her a message and we started talking. So don't be afraid to talk to the most beautiful girl in the room. You might end up finding your soulmate or a good friend. So anyway, that's my lesson for the kids. So the other thing I want to talk to you guys about, so in watching the news this morning, and there's a viral video, and it was taken by a mother who was called down to the school by the principal of the school that their daughter, and she looked like she was maybe like 5th or 6th grade, so it was like a 10, 12-year-old girl. Anyways, the school called the mom and said, you need to come down, your daughter damaged a computer. So she went down. In this viral video, she didn't speak English very well, so she didn't understand what was going on. But anyways, to make a long story short, they were going to paddle the little girl with a paddle, corporal punishment. So what are your guys' thoughts on corporal punishment? Are you okay with the school and the teacher hitting your kids with a stick? I'm not so much okay with that. I don't hit my own kids, so I'm not okay with some stranger hitting my kid with a stick. I'm just not. So if that ever happens that my kids go to a school, and this school that the teacher did it, that's prohibited. They're not allowed to do that. The school says we don't enforce corporal punishment. So the principal's in trouble, and there's some parents that showed up at a school board meeting to support the teacher or the principal, but it's not even allowed. So, something should happen, because I don't want to say what I would do, but if someone hit my kid and I didn't say, go ahead and hit my kid, I would have a real big problem with that. And I'd probably go down and cause a scene or something. But anyway, what do you guys think about corporal punishment? Did you ever get spanked in school? I'm going to tell you a story. Okay, this one's for my kids too, because I want them to learn from my mistakes. So some of my lessons for my boys and my daughter are, I made some mistakes growing up, and I want you to learn from them and don't repeat the things that I did. So here we go. I'm not proud of this. I got paddled in school one time. It's true. Papa Tom got paddled. I took the stick right on the rear end, and I'll tell you what I did. And I think I was in like the 7th grade, seventh grade, I think, 7th or 8th. I think it was 7th grade. We were living in Nebraska, and it was in middle school, La Vista Junior High. I don't really remember anybody else from the La Vista. But anyways, I was always here. I was kind of the skinny kid, and I was always, being in the military, we got shipped on buses off the military base into the city to go to school. So we kind of got picked on a little bit. So my way of combating the kids picking on me was to try to be funny. So I was kind of the class clown. So maybe they didn't pick on me as much because they laughed at the things I said or did. So for my kids out there, don't be the class clown. Pay attention in school and show your teacher respect. I didn't show my teacher respect, and I said something out loud during a session, and it made her mad, and she sent me to the principal, and they said, we're going to paddle you. And I remember I had to come in the next day, and it didn't really hurt, but I don't think it did anything to make me change my ways. It probably made it, I think I laughed it off. I was, there was nobody really there except the principal and maybe the assistant principal, but I got paddled. Not proud of it. I should have kept my mouth shut and not made smart comments when the teacher was going over her lesson plan. I don't even remember what I said, to be honest. I think it had to do with World War II and I don't know, the Japanese, when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, and I said something. I don't even know what I said. And while we're on that subject, in high school, because instead of paddling, I think that the punishment should be more academic stuff, right? I'm not okay with teachers hitting my kids. I'm just not, or anybody else's kids. I don't think that teaches them anything. And the biggest punishment would be, summer school, detention, making their parents come down. You make me call off work to have to come down to sit and listen to something you did. I'm going to be pissed, and I'm going to take care of that at home when we get home in the privacy of our four walls, right? So high school, listen guys, I did a lot of stupid things. So I'm going to share some of these stories here so my kids can look back and say, God, daddy turned out okay, but he did some dumb things. So don't be like me, kids. Don't be like your Papa Tom. Okay. So I'm going to tell you what I did in high school. I got suspended for 3 days. Yeah, I did. It's true. I did. I know you can't believe it. I can still hardly believe it, but I'm going to tell you what I did. Okay. So high school, I just moved to Athens, Ohio. So I think I was maybe it was the 10th grade. I think I was in the 10th grade. So it was my second year there. I didn't have a lot of friends. It's a small town and everybody there grew up with everybody. So, coming in the 10th grade, it's hard to get into the cliques and stuff. So again, I always thought I was funny. So I tried to do things and make people laugh. And that's how I got people to like me. So back then, okay, the year was 1985. 1985, Michael J. Fox had just gone Back to the Future. That's a great movie, by the way. Great series. Love it. His DeLorean, that when he hits 77 miles per hour, the flux capacitor kicks in and he zaps right back to the whatever time he puts on the time. Yeah. Watch it if you haven't. It's a good movie. Good series. Anyway, so the year was 1985. Somehow I had or found some firecrackers. not really big ones, just like little firecrackers. So I had this idea. I was going to put one in the fuse inside. I poked a hole in a cigarette. I didn't smoke, but I poked a hole inside a cigarette. And back then in 1985, kids, they had a smoking patio at our school, so kids could actually go outside and smoke. I know, right? Weird. Kids, don't smoke. Smoking is a killer. So the lockers that we had, if you didn't spin the dial after you put your combination in and opened it, and you just shut it, you could turn the knob still and it would stay open, and it would open the locker. So a lot of times kids didn't spin it after they were done putting their books in it. And the locker, you could go by and like, if you checked them all, you could find some that were still not spun and you could open their lockers. So what I did was, this is so stupid, so don't do this, kids. Do not copy me. I took a cigarette and I stuck the fuse of a firecracker through the cigarette. I set it inside a locker that I found open, and I lit the cigarette. So in my mind, I was going to let the cigarette burn down. I think I saw this on like a James Bond movie or something. It's stupid. Anyways, the cigarette was going to burn down, and when it got to the firecracker, it would light the firecracker fuse. The firecracker would go boom, and all of us in school would go, ha, what was that? Now in today's world with kids and guns and things, that would be that's hugely, but back then that stuff didn't happen. Okay. So anyways, long story short, the cigarette burned out. Someone smelled the cigarette. It didn't actually catch the firecracker, but oh no, I remember what happened. It didn't even go off. The person whose locker it was found it inside and reported it to the principal. Okay, so somehow, I guess they had cameras or something. I don't even know how they knew it was me, but I got caught. Okay, so I had to go down to the principal's office, and because I lit they thought I was trying to like send a message or something to this kid. I didn't even know the person, so it was a completely random. It wasn't anything like that, but how do you defend yourself? So I got suspended for 3 days. So my dad had already left us, so I didn't even have a dad. My mom, she was pissed, which rightly so, you should be pissed. So my punishment at home for 3 days while I was suspended, she called the preacher at our church, and I had to spend those 3 days off going around with him. I don't know, it was like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I had to spend those 3 days traveling with him to the different places he went and spend my day with the minister from our church. And I remember he went to quite a few different places. Like he would go do some counseling and some little sermons at like the mental health hospital. He went to a jail. I don't even remember everything else, but that's what I had to do for 3 days. So, lessons to be learned, kids. Don't do dumb things like that. You're going to do dumb things. I know you are. All kids do it. I've done a lot of dumb things, and I'm going to share some of those stories with you guys. But don't be like Papa Tom. So anyway, that's my story, guys. Let me know what you think about corporal punishment, and if you're okay with it, or if it happened to you. I'm interested. So that's my story. Bye.
Ate a bug.
Okay, so you don't want to... Wait, you said you're not wearing underwear because Sam doesn't wear underwear. And I said, well, it doesn't matter what Sam. I said, if Sam eats a bug, do you want to eat a bug too? And you said what?
I ate a bug.
You'll eat a bug because Sam ate a bug? Okay. Well, what if Sam
ate his pants?
What if Sam ate his pants? Would you eat your pants too? What kind of banana bird talk is that? So guys, William's getting a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because are you hungry? Yeah, he's hungry. He wants me to put strawberry syrup on it, but I told him no strawberry syrup because the peach jelly will give it delicious flavor. Right, buddy? Okay, he's hungry. How hungry are you? He's so hungry he can't touch his head. He's so hungry he can't put his arm around him. Hug yourself. Yeah, see, that's how hungry he is. He's got the whole world in his arms. Okay, guys, we're gonna feed the William Pants, the bulldozer, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because it's delicious and it's yummy and all kids love it.
I want the strawberry syrup.
Strawberry syrup. I'm gonna put some strawberry syrup on for him too. Okay, guys?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna show you guys. Because this guy wants Hershey's strawberry syrup on his peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Just wait, mister. Wait. I said wait. No, I'm gonna do this part, okay? Because it can be too messy. I'm gonna do it. Okay. I'm gonna put
I'm
there.
on here
Okay.
too.
I'm gonna put it there. Look at it. I gotta put the jelly on.